Buena sociedad, estamos en el capítulo número 31, el cabrón se ha movido de Tainted, Grail, de Fall of Avalon, vámonos. Vale, a ver que tenía que hablar contigo, ya no me acuerdo. Ah, sí.
Beor is still wet behind the ears, and his heart is barely beating. Until I'm sure he can handle things, I can't leave him on his own.
You found her, didn't you? You went to that cave. And came out alive. So that means she's dead. She wouldn't have just given you my heart back. I'm not sure. I'm guessing some kind of spell. I can't believe love could ever be that blind. Sweet All-Mother, I'm embarrassed just thinking about it. She was a monster, as you know. A beautiful one, but only on the surface. I can't believe it's over. Oh, and I didn't have a chance to express my gratitude. Although, an apology might be more fitting. You risked your life for me. That's more than I could ever ask of anyone. Even someone dear to me. So, thank you. What brings you here? What do you need? In my eyes, I remember following her to that cursed place. When we were close, she touched my heart. I felt a great pain. And then I saw what she really was. I got scared, grabbed something heavy. I managed to get away, but inside I felt emptiness. Each morning after that, the burning of my wound grew more intense. He seems stern, but he's a good, hard-working man. This time, though, it's personal. As soon as I was sure I could swing the hammer twice, I got straight to work. I'm forging a new heart. I know I've only just gotten back the one that beats in my chest, but I can feel there's something wrong with it. It's weaker. I am weaker and unsteady. It's easier for me to grow impatient and angry. More things seem to cut me deeper. I feel like my heart is poisoned. So far, all my attempts have failed. None of those hearts had the spark a forged replacement ought to have. They were far too weak to beat in a blacksmith's chest. There's a legend about the Stone Wardens. It tells that they could forge a heart stronger than any other. A heart that could make a man invincible. Sadly, I don't know much more than that. Right now I'm just banging my head against the wall. I thought he might have heard something, but no. He just waved it off and told me to get on with some proper work instead of dreaming about old Dalriata legends. Well, since the Stone Wardens are all Dalriata, my hands are tied. Vrel is the only person from the tribes that I know. A Dalriata selling books. And that's something, isn't it? I was planning to ask her about the legends myself, but maybe you could do it for me? Urfir will clobber me with his hammer if I shirk my work again. Thank you. I hope Vrel will be able to tell us more. Mind the road.
Me faltaba esta misión. Me faltaba esta misión. No, pesado con la palabra.
swear if I catch that bastard, I'll shove all 5 volumes right up his arse. What? Aye, something happened. Some blighter broke in and stole every book about the beautiful Liliana. Not a loose page left. That's most of my income gone in the wind. Aye, one of the soldiers. He threw a fit a few days ago, 'cause I wouldn't sell him the latest volume on credit. There's no chance I'd ever allow that. Give it 2 months, I'd be bankrupt. Can't say I wouldn't be grateful. The lad's name is Walter. He's, well, all in all, he's no a bad sort. Just a little hot-headed. So if you do find him, try not to rough him up too much, alright? Well, I've calmed down. Apologies. Welcome to Vrel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, then kindly leave before you start. Hello again. If you need anything specific, feel free to ask. Thanks for coming in. I hope to see you around again.
Míralo si está aquí.
Hello there, strange-looking citizen. You lost, or just looking for someone? A reputation? Me? For what? Standing around looking tough? Oi, wait a moment. You think I stole those books? Beautiful Liliana is sacred to me, all right? I'd never touch Vrel's stash, I swear. I was saving up for the new volume. Now it's gone? How the hell am I supposed to know what happens to Liliana next? No! I dunno. But there's this red priest hanging around who loves scaring the crap out of soldiers. Always preaching doom and sin, you know? And you know what's worse? That damn priest saying Liliana's, inspiring moments are why I'll be cursed. He told me I'd grow hair on the inside of my palms. What kind of nutter says that to a bloke? Is that even a thing? Damn brother Ismat got me paranoid. Oh, thank the gods. I was losing sleep over this. I mean, I don't trust that priest farther than I could throw him, but he's got a way of getting inside your head, you know? I guess I should have known better. Beautiful Liliana's too pure to curse a guy, right? Right? Oh, he's probably at the Red Church headquarters. That's where they're always praying and doing whatever it is that Red Priests do. Just be careful. The man's got a way of making you feel like you're already cursed. Creepy bastard. Take care now.
Help a soul out on your journey. Go!
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Through service and duty we ascend to holiness. It is not the act alone that is weighed, but the intent and the fruits thereof. A hand that lingers on selfish desires serves no purpose higher than itself. But a hand that labors for love and creation walks the righteous path. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive. Yes? What reason do you have to interrupt my prayer? What could be more important than this? The body is a vessel of the Prophet's will, and its purpose is not to squander, but to glorify, says a sermon written by Flamen the Chaste. Through the suffering of the body, I free myself from the snares of evil. Each strike of the whip creates a wound, a holy space to be filled with the K's grace. I know which sinner you speak of. I also know he intended to read those books, tainted with lechery. I could not allow that, because I know all too well what they do to minds prone to living in impurity, as I know what that man intended to do with his sweaty hands panting over the next chapter. I have no intention of taking responsibility for what lurks in the shadow of their depraved imaginations. The sin comes from within them, not from me.
Es tu depravada imaginación, chaval.
You will not provoke me. Of course, I am a red priest, after all. I know much about the struggles of the spirit. About what shatters a person's dignity. About the acts that cloud the mind with a... I don't know what's going through your head, but cease those filthy insinuations right now. Yes, I stole those books that are thick with words yet imparting no virtue, filled with vulgar, scandalous illustrations. What did I plan? To burn them, of course. That is what Miss Liliana deserves. That is the fate that befalls a rakish infidel. I must refuse you. We will not return these books. They are now part of the Red Church's property. And through me, the Church will decide their fate. They end in fire, where they belong. It is decided. I acknowledge that sin is a natural part of the soul, yet equally natural should be penance, to free oneself from that sin. Chasteness does not come easily, but that is why it is a virtue, granting oneself relief through such primitive and vulgar acts, engaging with something as vile as these books. Have you read A Sermon on the Paths of Discipline by Brother Flamen? He makes a proper statement about those types of deviations. Hands that stray toward idle pleasures build no temple. Ah, you wish to have at least the bare minimum for discussion. Excellent. Look around our quarters. You should find that text, along with its perfect complement, a sermon on purity and temperance. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Through service.
Buah, si tengo que leerme esto.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people. Through service and duty we ascend to holiness. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for... We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity. We are the sanctified... We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people.
Voy a hacerlo así porque no pienso leerme todos estos libros.
Through service. You have returned. My decision remains unchanged. All of Liliana. So, what has someone like you gleaned from them? I am most curious. Especially since it's written that a hand that lingers on selfish desire serves no purpose higher than itself. Know this. The seed is sacred, meant not for waste, but for the cultivation of life and the service of greater purpose. Of course it serves a purpose, a vain and impure one. Such self-gratification weakens the spirit and body. It compels the heart to submit to every fleeting whim. Meanwhile, to be men means resisting those whims, holding back the hand from striking, restraining the hand from depravity.
Vamos, que no nos has follado en un huevo de tiempo y no quieres hacerte una paja.
How can a man be ready to protect his loved ones if he's so willing to blind himself through sin? Just to remind you, a blind man cannot fulfill his service either to his kin or Kay, which makes him barren and forever lost. For sin dwells not in the motion, but in the intent. It is the heart that corrupts, not the body's natural course. I know that clarification by Sixtus. Some may call him rational, but for me he is nothing more than a pervert, trying to justify his depravity. I fear that sometimes this tone is necessary in priestly service. We know human nature all too well, do we not? Avoiding an admission of guilt does not mean avoiding punishment. Someone may treat my teachings with disdain, but ultimately, they will still stand before Kay and her word. Your words, however, are wise, and they lead towards reflection. And there it is, the image of modern humanity, knowing no virtues. Stripping purity from every aspect of life, you kill holiness. And then, in the face of life's hardships, you ask where grace has gone. Do not waste your time searching for trivial problems. It can be put to much better use. Yes, you might be right about that one, stranger. An excellent observation, and a keen use of the passage from A Sermon on Purity and Temperance, I must admit. This is not about control, my child, but about opening the eyes of those cannot see. Would it not be better if each of us were ready to receive the prophet's word. A body that succumbs to temptation is a weak body. That is precisely why we must maintain purity, to be ready at any moment to receive the grace of the prophet. As Brother Flamen says, treat your body like a sacred place, not a disgusting brothel, as the pursuits of bodily pleasures is like blindness. Through understanding and grace. That is a fragment where Flamen was not mistaken. It is difficult to interpret it otherwise, and his argument is further strengthened by his reference to the texts of esteemed priests. Nevertheless, the matter here is different. It has been stated many times how such acts dull the human mind. Such pleasures are like gathering rotting apples, unproductive at best, and poisonous at worst. So, dear stranger, where did our little discourse lead you? What about my role in all of this? Where would people be without priests, striving to protect them from sin and impurity? Everything is tied to faith. Don't you see? Every act, every gesture of our hand may prove defining. Separating those two orders won't do any good. Enough, stranger. I see you've tried, but I won't debate matters of faith further. I remain unshaken. The books will burn. Now, let me return to my prayer.
Oi! Stop where you are! Well, well, well. The scoundrel has been caught, and now you'll have to pay a fine. Either you do that, or our little chat will take a slightly different direction. In your face, you smart man!
Vale, sabes que voy a cargar la partida y...
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity.
y voy a mirar una guía de qué
You
lecciones...
have returned. So, it's no... Of course, me how just...
Es que es un 50%, tío, es horrible. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2.
I see
No.
you didn't stop your reading of Flamen at a sermon on the paths of discipline, and you've cited the perfect passage. That's precisely the point. What ultimately guides the hand to sin is, after all, the human heart ablaze with unchecked desire. The same sermon says, "Remember, therefore, that the gift of life is for sharing and not for consuming alone." Woe, then, to the hearts driven by selfish desire, as those hearts won't listen to the word. Very well. So it should remain. We walk different paths, yet someone must guide you to the true way. If you refuse to listen, I will find other means to protect human souls from sin. We are the sanctified martyrs.
¿Qué? Vale.
It's not the act alone that is way. So it's no. Of course, me how just. I see you didn't stop your reading of What this? I fear that sometimes of your. And there it is. You.
Vale. A ver.
Of course, that's not true. This is exactly why we serve, so that you, the common folk, do not have to find the path on your own. We are your shepherd, guiding you to greener pastures. You don't have to make your heart seek wisdom. Just listen to the teachings of the Red Church. This is not about control. Would it not that is as...
Vale, creo que ya la he cagado.
Indeed. But this does not apply to everyone. Believe me, there are virtuous and chaste people in this world. The problem is even greater, as despite the common knowledge of vain practices people engage in, they still do nothing to prevent themselves. They make no effort to fight against this indulgence. Ugh. And those tomes of Liliana's stories, piling up in every bookshop. Disgusting. So, dear stranger, what about my...
Sí, ya me de esto.
Everything is tied, separating enough. I see you, the books... We are the sanctified mark.
Qué asco.
So, it's no... Of course, me, how just... I see you didn't... What? The sick... Whoa. I fear that of your... And there it is. Strip you. Do not waste your time searching for yes. An excellent observation. And a keen use of the passage from A Sermon on Purity. This is not about control. Would it not be better that is as...
Ay, a ver, yo qué sé cuál es esta, tío.
Through understanding and grace, it is difficult to interpret it otherwise. And his argument is, nevertheless, the matter here is different. It has been such pleasures alike. So, dear stranger, what about my role? I know not everyone will get close to sanctity. I don't believe I'm close to it myself. Yet this is the purpose of our journey. To strive to only through this can we receive the final words of grace, allowing our souls to... Those lewd books are just one of many distractions that steer people away from what truly matters. Enough, strength. I see you've... The books will burn. We are the sanctified martyr. You have...
Beh, missione
So,
de
is
mierda.
Of course, me, how just... I see what this... Of your... And that's you. Of course, this is exactly why we are your shepherd. This is not would it that as... Indeed. But this does not apply to everyone. The problem they make... So, dear stranger, what about my role? Their own business? And what about dedicating the body to Kay? About the fact that each of us becomes a vessel in which her word can resonate? But a hand that labors for love and creation walks the righteous path. I suppose, then, that those who succumb to temptations can still do good. Enough, stranger. I see you've tried, but I won't debate matters of faith further. I remain unshaken. The books will burn. Now, let me return to my prayer and penance. We are the sanctified martyrs. You have... So, it's no... Of me, how just... I see what this... I fear of your... And there is you. Of course, that's not... This is exactly what... We are your shepherd. God... This is not about... Would it not be that is precise as... Indeed, the problem they make... So, what about... Their own business? About the fact... I suppose that... Enough, stranger. I see you've tried. But I won't debate... The books will burn.
Che asco de misión, tío. Voy a buscarlo en castellano a ver si...
True service.
Vale, he encontrado otra guía que parece que...
So it's no. Of course, me how just. I see you didn't stop your reading of Flamen at a sermon on the paths of discipline. What? Oh, the same. Whoa. I fear that some avoiding your work. And there it is. Strip you.
Vale, a ver.
Do not waste your. Yes. An excellent observation. This is not. Would it not that is as brother?
Que necesito 3 libros leer. Solo he leído 2.
Very well. If you we are the sanctified We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity.
Aquí está, hostia.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity. You have returned. So, as no, of course, mean how just to.
Hostia, ahora hay 4.
He serves indeed. It is, of course, a different kind of service than mine, but if you put it that way, it is true that this man, for reasons known to him, started his duty and continues it. I must admit that I hold deep respect for those dedicated to their service. Maybe the soul of that one is not as corrupted as I thought, even if he is so eager to look into those tomes. I fear that sometimes this tone is necessary in avoiding your words. And there it is, the image of modern humanity stripping you kid.
Joder.
Do not waste your time searching for an excellent observation. This is not a... Would it not that is as... That is, of course, an astute observation, and proof that you've read the sermon thoroughly. However, I am full of faith that I have been placed on this path precisely to make such judgments in the Prophet's name. Still, one could also view it from the perspective you mentioned. Yes. So, dear stranger, what about their own business? About the fact that... But I suppose then that those who succumb to temptation speaking with you has been profound. I believe it was Kay herself who led our paths to cross. Thank you deeply for this dispute. You've left me with much to reflect upon. Of course, I'll return your books. For now, I can't decide what should be done with them. It's your call.
¡Ay, su fruta madre! Me faltaba un libro, tío. ¿Cómo iba a saberlo yo? Eso. Joder. Ahí hay un logro de comprar todos los libros esos. Porno de Liliana.
Hello again. If you need it. Thank you. How's Walter? I hope he didn't greet too hard when you made him part with him. Brother Ismat? A red priest? What for? Don't tell me he wanted to burn them for being indecent. Oh, so Kai does condemn thievery after all. I can never keep track. No matter. As long as the books are back where they belong. Thank you for helping. No many folks around here would have had my back like that. Here, take some gold as a reward, and I'll make sure you get a discount next time. One more thing. I can see you're alright, and I hope I can trust you. We need to talk. I need to ask you for something. It's serious. It might even be a matter of life and death. There's a stone tablet in Lord Devane's manor, a Delrida relic, and I need you to get it for me. You know, I was just going to ask you to talk to Anselm for me. But if breaking in is what you prefer, I'll only stop you. Just try not to get caught, alright? That would be embarrassing for both of us.
You doing okay?
Sí, estoy bien, gracias. Espera, ¿cuánto llevo de capítulo? Que podría pasarme 51 minutos. Vale, increíble, no me he pasado.
Didn't expect to see you here.
Ah, vale, arriba.
I should stay out of trouble. Ah, it's you again. What are you now? My, have the paraphernalia of the Dalriata suddenly become fashionable while I wasn't looking? That tablet seems to be gaining in popularity by the day. I told Varel the price, 2,000, and that's final. Truly? Well, I suppose there's no accounting for taste. Still, better you than Dalriata. She put us in a terrible position, you know. She came here and demanded we hand over part of our treasury, just because it was once theirs, as if we could afford to show any more weakness. Take the tablet, do whatever you wish with it. I never want to hear about it again.
I'm rich, you bitch.
Oh, hello there.
Welcome back. Aye, it would be. Delrida know how to work stone in the most intricate way, but we're also quite fond of grandiosity. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you not to part with it just yet. The stone wardens are waiting for it, and I can't really be seen lugging it around. And you're very strong. You can handle it with no problem. Here's the reward I promised. And I'm sure Kvor will have a little extra something for you too.
Compañera,
Before
necesito
you
comprarte el
ask,
porno.
no, I do not have any.
Vale, Liliana. 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 Y lo compro todo, mira, y ya está. Vale, y después los libros.
Stop, you crook! Well, well, well. Huh? That was easier than I thought.
No,
Welcome back. I- Hello again.
don't think you should be doing that.
¿Qué haces aquí?
Hello again.
Joder, gírate, cabrón. Opa, no me ve nadie. No me ve nadie ahora.
Oi! Stop where you are! Seems weird. You'll pay the... Usually you go to the cells. You hope the rats won't bite your ass. And we hope so. Fine.
Opa. ¿Cómo? ¿Quién me ve? ¿Quién me estaba viendo entonces? ¡Oh, qué asco, tío! ¿Quién me veía? Este, no te jode. Quiero el fruto logro de las pelotas. Votar por Nix. Un segundo. Vale, ahora el vídeo. Vale, ver dónde está esto. Que necesito es este volumen. Vale, cerca del puente. Este de aquí. Vale, ¿ahora dónde? Vale, mirando hacia él. Vale. Está el puente, el puente, el puente, el puente, el puente, por el puente por aquí. Aquí está las mazmorras de perversión. Siguiente. Vale, a ver, ¿qué libros tengo? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Vale. Tengo 6 de 5. 6 de 7, perdón. Vale, ver. Y el marqués. Vale, este tengo. Siguiente. Este también lo tengo. De vuelta al de esto de la éxtasis. Éxtasis. Éxtasis, éxtasis, éxtasis. Cámara del éxtasis ya tengo. Me falta uno, tío, me falta uno. ¿Cuál es el que me falta? Regresa a la cámara del éxtasis. Tengo este de aquí. Regresa a la cámara del éxtasis. Solo me falta este de aquí. Regresa a la cámara del éxtasis. Venga, no me jodáis, ¿eh?
Hey, you! Stop right there!
Vale, con fines...
Well, well, well. The sca- Good. Let's hope this doesn't happen again.
Vale, ya está, ya tengo el logro. Si fuera de flechas, estaría detrás de esto de aquí, así, ¿ves? Y me dice que alguien me ve. ¿Quién me ve? ¿Quién me ve aquí? Y desde aquí mataría a este pavo de aquí. Pero bueno, ya tengo el logro. Nunca me han tocado la pelotilla. ¿Dónde están los cuerpos? ¿Dónde están los cuerpos? Quiero toda la araña. Porque lo necesito. Obviamente. Bueno, a ver, tengo que ir ahí, ¿no? Pues ya está.
A gift? Ah, I see. And you lugged that thing all the way from Kurnacht? For that alone, you have my respect. Now, let's take a look. Ah, so that's what happened. The stone chipped, and the meaning of the runes changed. Sweet dreams turned into living nightmares. This is why I don't trust magic. The simplest, stupidest thing can end up killing you. Aye, and I'd say because of cracks between people too. If we hadn't strayed so far from one another, maybe all of this could have been avoided. Then again, maybe not. Maybe fate makes no mistakes. I suppose we'll never know. But you're not here to listen to a blacksmith getting maudlin. Here, this is for your trouble. May your burdens be lighter to carry from now on.
Bueno, las monedas me dan igual, me interesa la experiencia. La experience.
Oh? And where'd you hear a tale like that? I didn't know our stories had traveled so far. The Camelosians prefer to call us heartless beasts only capable of destruction. But I suppose a tale about creating a heart in the fires of a forge is something only another blacksmith would believe and appreciate. So, that Beor, tell me about him. Aye, that's the way of it. A heart given to those creatures is never whole when it returns, if it returns at all. They drain every joy, every spark, leaving what's left little more than a brittle husk. I'm sorry your friend bears that burden. He used iron, didn't he? Iron's too brittle. Steel's no better. It's cold, lifeless. To forge a heart, you need metal that is alive. You need a metal that will sing as your heart sings when you see the smile of a loved one. Aye, it's the only metal fit for such a task. But weird steel alone isn't enough. It must be woven with ethereal cobwebs, threads that will give the heart its strength. Bring me those and I'll forge the heart. After that, it will need to be filled. But that task will fall to you. Good. Give me a moment to find the right song. I haven't lost my touch. Here, your friend will have a strong, beautiful heart. At least in terms of craftsmanship. The rest is up to you. The art is just an empty vessel. It needs to be filled to start beating. Well, there are two ways. Through death, or through sacrifice. No, of course not. You can fill it with the life of creatures you kill, but it'll take some time. A life torn away is far less willing than a life freely given. And I can't say what effect it'll have on Beor. It's not a method we use often. You can pour some of your own life into the art. It'll weaken you, sure, but I'd say some sacrifices are worth making. Besides, I believe it will give you another kind of strength, something far more valuable than what you've lost. Then he'll have a cold lump of steel in his chest. What do you think? If you want to fill it up with the energies of things you kill, just hold it up when you fight. It will collect life, and at some point, will give you a sign that it's beating again. Come to me and I'll bind life to the heart. If you decide to fill it with your own energy, just tell me. Either way, come back with either a full heart or when you make up your mind.
30 de salud máxima. 30 de salud máxima. $30 de salud máxima. 190 más puedo darle de 30 de salud máxima. No pasa nada. Puedo volver a obtener esos 30 de salud máxima perfectamente.
Of course. Ah, this part never gets old. Remember, don't resist it. Let go of your instincts and focus on the heart. You'll feel a bit weak afterward, but don't worry. Strength can always be rebuilt. Here, feel how warm it is. It will serve Beor well.
Que ahora tengo un debuffo que dice sacrificio de esto, noche aberrante. Pues no. Hola, me has sacrificado más de 30. Tenía 224, tendría que tener 194, no 190. ¡Hala, qué robo! Beor, espero que esto merezca la pena. Cabronazo. ¿Por qué me ha desaparecido el marcador de...? ¿Me ha desaparecido el marcador? Claro, porque se ha puesto a dormir. Joder. Tengo una casa en esta ciudad y voy a usar un... Joder, macho. Voy a usar una hoguera.
Got something for me to look at? What? That's amazing. What materials did he use? What else was needed? Did he tell you how to make it? Oh my. I have so many questions. But those can wait. First, for this, I will need your help, my friend. Once more, as always. So, shall we begin? Okay then. Let's see if those Stone Warden legends have a grain of truth in them. I suppose that's it. Surprising how simple it is to look into someone's heart and tear it out, isn't it? It's different. Everything looks a bit like it's mired in fog. But I don't feel bad. In fact, I feel good. I feel stronger. I guess more will become clear with time. For now, I'll just have to wait and see. The measure of my debt to you is 2 hearts. I don't know how a man could ever repay something like that. I'll be going back to work. Visit me sometime. Don't be a stranger.
Ya está, nada más.
Beor's fully recovered. He's doing well and making his own decisions. He doesn't need an old man hovering over him anymore. And, well, to be honest, I've been waiting for this moment. I'm proud of him, but you didn't hear that from me. You've done right by me, so I'll give you some advice. This whole expedition is madness, but as they say, sometimes there's method in madness. And I'll admit, I'm glad these old bones can still be useful. I might not think much of our Lord, but I won't turn my back on him when he needs help. This isn't just about him. It's about our home. I'll do whatever I can for Kuanacht. Tell Yvain he can count on me, even if it's the last journey I'll ever take.
Vale, porque no se ha actualizado la misión. Que no tengo puesta, obviamente. Se ha actualizado, vale. Gusano, cabrón. Espero que estés ahí, ¿eh?
Really? What for? The Menhir burns beautifully. Nothing bad can happen now. Ah, yes. That makes sense. I can see it now. And he sent you to me. How unexpected. But honestly, I'm not worthy. And I don't think I ever will be. What use is a scatterbrained pseudo-druid who's been abandoned by Mother Nature? I'd just get in the way. The maggot inside me is still strong, I know it. That's why I have to stay here, to protect others from its influence. Tell Yvain I'm sorry. I'm honored he thought of me, but I can't join this expedition.
Just keep your head down.
I wasn't expecting company. What news? The people I told you about. Have any of them agreed to join me on the quest for the Holy Grail? Well done. Naturally, I would have preferred to bring them all, but 2 will make fine company. Perhaps along the way, we'll meet others willing to lend us their skills. After all, I can hardly believe you're the only one bold enough to roam the world in search for adventure. You've done me a great favor, so allow me to repay you. Before I depart, know this. You brought change to Connacht and earned my deepest gratitude. Let my repayment be the blessing my lineage received from King Arthur himself. Be the shield that watches over Connacht, as House Terion has done for generations.
Oh. El escudo.
I am his oath, the weight of duty that shields the faithful. I am the wall between order and ruin.
Enciende una hoguera.
It is a bold decision, and I am glad he finally made it. It was wise of him to invoke the old laws. Camelot will not dare to break them, and the men here will remain in Connacht, at least until the lives of its people are in immediate danger. It's an ancient law I established myself. It is good that he is not going alone. I honor the courage of those who follow him, although none of us can say if they will return. Even if Yvain does not return, his actions will be remembered. Of that, I am certain.
No tengo el escudo.
You can't just allow for things like that to happen. Not ever again. Not when the kingdom is beginning to find its way. You're the king, and that comes with a whole lot more responsibility. You can't let people like Merlin do what they want, even if their intentions are pure. You must see the danger now.
The memory of Seawall is my burden. Harder to bear than I'd like to admit. But I've realized that his story is what happens when power answers to no one.
Then do something so that a tragedy like that never happens again.
Palamedes, you've always spoken your mind, even when I didn't want to hear it. You've stood beside me through the darkest days and fought not for glory, but for Avalon and its people.
I have done only what I believe was right, nothing more.
Yes, and that made me realize that Merlin was wrong. The legacy I leave won't endure through the legend of a single man, whether it's me or anyone else. I decided to give my sword to the Horns of the South, to bind them not to me, but to the people. But Avalon needs more than that. It needs structures, memory, and resistance to corruption. It needs the foundation of something greater than any one of us.
A shield?
Yes. One to guard Avalon, even from itself. You've proven yourself time and again, so my shield is yours, Palamedes. Not just to wield, but to become. Let your bloodline anchor what my reign could not.
And you believe I am worthy of such a responsibility? I will not fail you, my king.
Don't carry this burden for me, Palamedes. You never have. Carry it for Avalon. And may your name be a blessing upon this land for generations to come.
Puedo coger esta espada. Estamos por encima de esto. Sí, estamos por encima del agua. Yo pensaba que nos poníamos dentro del agua. Resulta que no.
shield isn't an object. It's the bloodline itself. But I also remember the shield was meant to resist. Not enemies, not blades, but corruption, compromise, cowardice. Palamedes understood that. Nothing I've seen here reminds me of him. Nothing resembles the kingdom we were trying to build. Lord Yvain, a joke of a man. A mere shadow of his ancestor. Not worthy of his title, nor of leading his people.
Pero si hace un segundo has dicho de que estaba bien.
I tried to build something lasting. Something that wouldn't depend on me to survive. I distributed power, tied it to oaths, not blood. Gave regions autonomy, left behind symbols to bind them. But what we've seen so far, that's not a kingdom. That's theater. People playing at being lords and commanders, taking on roles they don't even understand.
Juega, supongo. No juega.
Turn every resource toward understanding why the weirdness is returning and stopping it. Hiding in Camelot is cowardice. Staying here? Stupidity. But what I would do doesn't matter. This is precisely why Palamedes was made Avalon's shield. To judge for himself what serves the people. Even if it meant standing against me. All I've seen here is fear. Indecisive men wearing the mask of power. But their power comes from symbols they don't even understand. And when a decision needs to be made, they hesitate. When danger appears, they flinch. Denholm, commander of Camelot's forces, is incapable of acting without direct orders. Yvain, a descendant of Palamedes, yet too weak to stand against choices that harm his people. Their fear breeds indecision. If you cannot choose, you cannot protect. And if you cannot protect, Avalon rots. It was you the men here responded to, and you who rekindled it. You did all the work, turned the situation into something Yvain could exploit. Without that, Kuanacht would still be waiting. For what? A miracle? That's why I have to come back. Without us, without hands that act, this land just waits and rots. Merlin wanted me to become a symbol. But I realized that one person, one myth, won't be enough. This kingdom needed more. It needed to stand on stronger foundations.
Vale, nada.
And so, I left mementos behind, to serve as cornerstones for various facets of the kingdom. It seems we were both wrong about this. Yes, the situation is complex, but that is precisely the burden of a leader. Complexity does not excuse paralysis, and yet they sit in deadlock, doing nothing, while the world around them fractures. We gave our people peace, but they've come to take it for granted. Perhaps those who live without struggle grow soft, and in comfort, they let go of their values. Symbols, without the will to uphold them, are little more than ornament. I named his bloodline the Shield of Kurnacht, and granted them dominion over this menhir, with full autonomy. The land here is among the richest in Avalon. This place was meant to stand as a counterweight to Camelot's rising power. Well, my friend, they still call me the once and future king. Still hold feasts in my name. Feasts won't save them, but action might. We've wasted enough time. Let's move to the Forlorn Swords and find my crown. Let's make me whole. It's the last hope for this wretched kingdom of ruin.
O... Vale, ver. ¿Cómo que explosión? Espada no me interesa ninguno. ¿Tú quién eres?
Just keep your head down.
you sure you want to do this? You can still back out. Camelot will surely forgive you for this insubordination.
I have never been more certain of anything in my life. This is the only way.
Fine. Do as you will. Look who woke up. You're a bit late, though. You missed the show. Our Lord gave a rousing speech to his subjects explaining why he's going to leave them in these dire times. I'll leave you two. I need to start cleaning up the mess you made, Yvain. And before I forget, some shady-looking character was looking for you. Didn't tell me his name, but said you're old friends. Said he'll wait nearby.
Greetings, friend of our house. What may I do for you today? Really? I hope he supports my decision to embark on the quest for the Holy Grail. Although, in truth, it doesn't really matter. I made my decision, and I'll stand by it, whether my noble ancestor approves or not. Well, and now you are the shield of my people. I trust you will ensure that his blessing is not squandered. House Terion ends with me. Lady Maeve was never granted the chance to give me an heir, and I couldn't bring myself to take another wife or continue the lineage while the world I knew crumbled around me. But your words are kind. The story of my family began in glory, and in glory it will end. As soon as the necessary preparation